Recording in progress.
Okay, morning everybody. We've got a couple of minutes to go. We're going to gap down pretty significantly on the open. Actually, Nasdaq's come back a little bit. It was down 430 at one stage, so it's going to come down a little bit, but we've been a pretty strong downtrend. I'm not expecting to really go short on the open, but we'll see what happens. But we're going to have a pretty big gap down. So usually when you get a lot of price on the downside, especially after a trending down the day before, we may get a reversal, but we'll see. Not going to guess. We'll just wait and see if it meets everything, and then we'll take it from there. Where is my timer? Ah, there you are. Wrong side. Timer needs to go there. Excellent. It's showing all the accounts. It's showing all the accounts. It's good. That is showing all those accounts. Okay, so I've got my live account up as well. That's good. Okay, so a minute to go. Needs to be on 5. 555, that's fine. Okay, 10 seconds. Well, this is what I said would happen. I thought this would happen. It's just not ready to go down. Bit of panic on the open. I can't take this though. These are the ones that I used to take. Oh, that's going to make me cry, isn't it? Yep. Let's see how strong this is. I can come back and do a little bit of a pullback. Let's see if it gets sold into. Well, I called it exactly what I thought it would do. It was going to suck people in to go short. Dow wants to join the party a little bit later. Okay, let's. Okay. So we've got 17 seconds to close of the 5. Dow and the Nasdaq are opposite again, but the difference today is the Dow's closing very weak. Nasdaq 5 minute is going to close strong. So if we can get a little bit of a pullback here on this 5-minute bar, maybe down to 25%, and really hold, we might get a small long after a pullback. So just down to this high at 24,760. Let's see how strong it is. Look at that, straight away it comes back. So it's really come in and put the foot down. It's come up really strong. Would have been probably a lot of short covering. A lot of people that were short have actually bought as well as people buying. Just need a little bit of a pullback here. Yeah, don't do this. Could drift. So S&P hasn't gone through the high. The Nasdaq's definitely gone through the high. So that's a real big positive. Dow's very negative. This is a little first bar pullback here. Yeah, no, it needs more of a pullback. You can see the bars on the Nasdaq, how strong they are. They're all higher lows. They're all really strong, bullish bars. So we need to come back down to, here possibly, I think. As soon as I say that, it'll come back down to that level, won't it? We have to remember that overall the trend is still down. So this is, now, I don't gamble like everybody else. I don't buy. I don't see, oh, it's come down to this level, I'm going to buy. I wait for the confirmation for it to actually do the pullback, then turn around. So now we've got this level here. Must hold this level here. If we're going to go up from here, must hold this level. It's a strong bar down. If we can do some small bars down to this level, then that would be a real positive. It'd be seen as like a slow pullback. Let's see if we can light this board up tonight. So, look, I'm going to reduce the ego even more. And just go down to 1 micro. So if I can get a pullback here, just a little bit more of a pullback. My brain is fighting the button right now because I don't have a clear entry, but I know I am almost very certain this is going to go up from here because it's just going to drift. So my rules say I've got to get in after a pullback. And you can see this whole area is actually just drifting up. So that was the pullback there, that 1 bar. Need something a little bit better than that. Needs to really come down and test. Let the sellers know that it's not going to go through that level. So if we can get a really good pullback and the buyers come in, 5-minute bar's just closed, so that's strong as well. I've got my trend indicator coming right up behind this at the moment, so. Very hard not just to get in on this. Dow staying the same, S&P, Russell, Nasdaq, all recovering. Big gap down. Said this on the open. Still down 245 points though. I love this job and hate it at the same time. There's nothing worse than when you're right and there's no entry signal. Uh, 30-second Russell too. Mother truck, this is going to drift. Well, I said a pullback down to that level, and I should have got, probably should have got into that level. Hit the exact level, didn't it? Oh, now the Dow wants to go, but it just doesn't look as good. It's just so against the trend. It's a completely different scenario. Come on, Nasdaq. Give us a pullback. Don't drift to the moon. So we've broken through 50% of that range now. So this is definitely strong. Futures sucked everyone in to be short. Spoke about this before the open. Because I'm retarded, Walker, right? I have a serious mental issue that's undiagnosed. It didn't meet my. I knew what it was going to do, but it didn't meet my rules. So the one here, you know, my rule is it must be above purple. So this has broken the low as well. So it's a trade against the trend. I was waiting for a little bit of a pullback here, a little more of a pullback. I trade with the trend after a pullback. The pullback didn't really happen. It just kept drifting. So, well, I'm glad you're not retarded then. But if you ever want to start up your own channel and trade live in front of people, I've got 500 students online and I've got you guys online and I'm recording it live and showing my live account details. If you want to try that, it's a lot easier to trade at home in front of your own computer with no one watching, I can tell you that. And I'm starting in, like, this is very different. It's starting a new account. I've got drawdown to deal with. I've got obviously a limited space that I can sort of do. Yeah, it is very frustrating. Anyone that's been a student of mine for a while will know that 99% of the time I'm right and I call the market in the right direction and yeah, taking the trade is the next thing, but I'll get there. I mean, as this is what I said, I just think it's so funny. I've watched trades by Matt, and I've watched Patrick, and I've watched so many people trade live, and it's just a different. No, that's okay. No, it's frustrating from my part. I can tell you that. It's frustrating that I do call this now. Here's the good part now. Okay, so what I just said is I'm waiting for a pullback. So the trend is starting to slow on the downside. We've had this price phase. Now we're starting to get a little bit of a pullback. So, you know, now I'm going to wait and see if we can get a really nice pullback here. Then I'll get ready for a long. So it's going to be very interesting to see how the market reacts to this strong move to the upside and how slow it goes on the downside. So thanks, Lacey. I think the other thing, guys, and you'll notice just watching how I do things, is I just have a very high standard for trades, which is why, like, I've been trading for 31 years. And one of the things that I'm, really proud of is my win-loss ratio is very high. I don't have a lot of losses. I hate losses. Losses are stressful. And everyone trades differently. You can always trade differently. But yeah. So we're just having a little pullback now on the 15-second. It's just not good enough. We need more of a pullback. One of the great things about trading, though, is, if you miss something, like there's just been so much this week. There's just been a lot, and I haven't really mentally been there. But it'll happen next week. It'll happen the week after. This is the greatest job in the world. It's just a joke. It's such a good job. And it's very rewarding. It's extremely challenging. And yeah, it does takes a lot mentally. And because I've got a big mouth, I put the pressure on myself and decided to climb Mount Everest of trading with everyone watching. Compared to playing a Sunday league, yeah, kind of like that. But I don't know. I always do well under pressure. Nearly took one then. So what are we, 53 minutes in? And we've clearly shown that the downside's not in control now. So we've just got to see how strong this upside is. Is the upside going to go, right, that's it, this is the low, we're done? Yeah. Like, this is the interesting part, and this is what I've been saying all along here, is that, look at this. I mean, you've got this lower high, you've got this strong move down here. This is a 4-hour chart. And I think this is really shown. I was just saying to my students before I came on that this is the low here. This is a really important low. If we went through that, like, what have we gone to? We've gone all the way down to this low here. So you can see how oversold we were. It was just so much price straight down. Not surprised. This has got 4 minutes and 28 seconds till it closes, till it possibly turns around. So this will close really strong. So, I mean, what I'm probably expecting is maybe a bar back down to here. Might come back down and test that. But we're a significant distance away from this moving average now. I wouldn't be surprised if we came back up to here. And if I looked at it like this, and I'd say that's a level. Well, if we did the whole level, I don't normally use the wick as a level. But if we did that here, that's a level up to here. So let's see, let's put a line in there. So we're still drifting. Yep, I mentioned this double bottom. This is what's frustrating, isn't it? Like, once I get going, I will take everything. Don't worry. Like, you'll see me. We'll all look back on this in a month or so, and you'll go, okay, it was a bit slow at the start, and it was hard to get going. Once I get going, I'm going to fly. I'll take everything. I've got 31 years experience. I know what I'm doing. We've got a very strong bar coming up here. It closes in 2 minutes and 48 seconds. That's the hourly bar, and we're downtrending at the moment. So I still think that there's a possibility that we'll either get like just a small bar or maybe a little bit of a retracement on this bar here. This is going to close really strong. That's a really great sign. If we can just get a little bit of a pullback, then we can go on. Alternatively, we just keep drifting. We get another bar like this that'll probably come up to this level here. It'll double the same range, and then find resistance at this 50%. So there is my predictions for the day. Now let's see what happens. High-end engines need to warm up. They do. Like, look, it's very unusual for me to have the feeling of, oh my God, I've only got a limited amount in my account. Like, for years, I've had so much money in my account, I just don't really think about drawdown. I have struggled to trade live. It is a different sort of thing because you're worried of people judging you and that sort of stuff. But I feel like I've started to get better at that. And then, I don't know. I love pressure. So well, that's really good, Ascendia. Look, I want to show people genuine trading. Like, this is genuine now. Obviously, I can see the market going up, and you see these little spikes, and you're like, oh, I could get on the S&P right now. Okay, I'll go through my rules. Is it with the trend? Yes. Is it after a pullback? No, it's not. So if I decide to take a trade right now, I'm going to look like an absolute idiot because everyone's going to go, well, sure, you made money, but that wasn't with your rules. So, you just got to remember, don't trade for money, trade based on your rules, whatever your rules are. Now, the next thing we can do is we can pull out the checklist or pull out the spreadsheet that I make and figure out how much we could have made. Then we can really have a cry. That 30-second bar was beautiful. Even the 1 minute bar was nice, wasn't it? Great reversal. Really, really put the foot down, saying, right, downside is not in control. Okay, we're going to get a proper pullback here. You're going to give us something to really drop? It should. The cash and the futures are not really in sync at the moment. What a great comment, artist. That's I don't really often hear people think like that because that's exactly how I think. I think that everything in life happens for a reason and that I kind of thought about this. If I did this challenge and in my first week made $500,000, it wouldn't really resonate with people. Like, you wouldn't really learn anything, would you? You wouldn't go, oh, okay, well, he's got experience, so of course he did it really easily. I think this is really tough at the moment deliberately. So in the future, when people come back and look on this, they go, oh, wow, here's a guy that's got 31 years experience and he found it difficult and he took his time and he stuck to the rules and had all this pressure of people watching and people on Instagram and YouTube and students, and didn't give up, stuck to the rules, was disciplined, was focused, and made $1 million or made $3 million. And then I think that's the purpose. I'm meant to help people, and I think that just coming in and doing this and being ultra successful straight away was never going to happen. So if you think about this in the future, when new traders come to learn to trade, and they hear about this guy that turned 2,500 into 3 million, and that it was an absolute shit fight and a struggle at the start, and he had to work really hard and went through adversity and went through a cold and went through the program shutting down and went through the pressure of trades and didn't take trades, people will go, oh, okay, cool, this is real. Like, you know, we've all seen it on YouTube, haven't we? We've seen the 100 to 1 million challenge, and it's win, 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 win. It's just such bullshit. And it's just so frustrating to see that. There will always be times where you're trading well, where you're happy, where you're depressed, where you're sad, where you feel like crap, where you feel on top of the world. And, you know, you just keep going. But this is all happening for a reason. And right now I'm saying, oh, I don't want to swear on YouTube, but I mean, bloody hell, universe, come on, like, give us a chance. Like last night I felt really good, and then I couldn't trade because my program was down. Yep, nope, that's come back down as well. Okay, so we're not going to do that. So this is where it's just a little bit messy at the moment. We've had this really strong price phase. You can see all this phase throughout here, really strong price phase, strong move. And it hasn't quite finished that trip yet. It needs to have what's called a pullback. The way I've explained it is it's been using a lot of fuel, and now we need to have a little bit of time where it's filling up with fuel again. Hello, Ash. I know I've said this a couple of times. I've said it because I've just seen it a lot, but I am so appreciative of the support from people. I've had so many lovely comments and positive comments. I think I've had one negative comment in the whole 2 weeks, and on YouTube and stuff like that. So, you know, I really appreciate it, guys. Like I said, I'll get going soon. It'll happen. We'll just get a couple of trades. And once that goes, you just get on a roll of momentum. So you can see how we're slowing now on the Nasdaq and on the S&P at the top up here. I'll just put my Epic pen on. Okay, so here we are here. So this is the low. This all throughout here is a price phase. This is where it's filling up with fuel. This is the time. Now it's starting to do another move now. And these are the ones that you can get sucked in on. It might work. It might keep going. It's done a little pullback. But look at all this fuel that it's used throughout here. So these are quite honest things. Like usually things where they suck people in to go long and then chuck it back down again. But I think this is pretty strong. Let's see if this comes down. Okay, down to 50% of the bar. So look at that, 50% of the bar straight away. I think I might actually know what I'm doing. How many people would get sucked into going long on that bar, do you think? Really strong bar, after a pullback, ready to go. Yep, awesome, it's with the trend. Look at that, they've all just been probably stopped out. That's 75% of the bar, done. So that saves you. I mean, being a really good trader, it's not the trades that you take, it's the trades that you don't take. So I just called that live then. That's absolutely, that looked like it was going to suck people in to go long. Beautiful strong bar, an opposite fifths, bullish bar. You think, yep, it's after a pullback, really strong trend. Now you could get a little bit of a sell-off down here with people getting out of that position because they'll start to probably hold on or panic. Sorry, I'm just going to blow my nose. It's not sexy trading, but it's definitely real. It's funny, artists. I put up a video saying, "Should I give up?" And it had the highest number of views out of all my videos. So if you actually think about it, and this is kind of a human behavior thing, people, especially in Australia, I'd say, people like to see other people not succeed. And there are people in the world that actually get a lot of pleasure out of seeing other people fail. And yeah, it's weird, isn't it? This is why I do like Dubai. America's really good. They're very positive with success. I'm actually a lot better. I'm a lot better than I was. So maybe, hopefully over the weekend I'll be fine. And okay, we're starting to get a little bit of a move on the Dow. Russell is right on short-term momentum, but the cash and the futures are just not in sync. So everything is still down here, guys. The index is still really in a downtrend. So even though we've got this move up on the futures, it still looks like it needs a little bit of a pullback. I'd say the pullback will be down to 248, 24900, 24850. Okay, so that's 800. Oh, that'd be too much. I think 850 would be the pullback. Let's leave that in there. Yeah, exactly. It's a very good call. Well, look at the burn here. So if you went long here, it's come back down. They sucked you in. People would have held on, drop back down. Now you're at a loss. Now you're sitting there going, Ugh. Let's see if we're going to come down to this level. Okay, we've got trend straight up, we've got momentum straight up. If we're going to move down to this level, two minutes to go on the 5 minute. So 57 seconds to go on the 2 minute. We just had a strong close on the one on the downside. Now it's going to really have to decide what it's going to do here. Really has to look at holding that level. Yeah, you're right. It's definitely in Australia. I think there's a lot of people struggling in Australia. That's why too. The financial conditions in Australia now are really poor. Inflation's high, taxes are high, wages are low. Well, not low, but obviously not really increasing. So I think people are under a lot of pressure. One of the things that I've certainly learnt and realised is that when people are hating on me, and when it does happen, I know that they're usually hurting. People only do that because they're hurting. So I obviously take it because people want to try and get it out that they're hurting. But you've also got to have a little bit of compassion. I'm very grateful for the position that I'm in. So what are you going to do here? It's not a long high low, Cam. Knew that'd work. How many bloody times do I need to call this? I don't think this move's going to last. That was just a little move. I thought it would bounce from there. The trade was on the shorter time frame. Vasil, I thought of you, so you better send me a message. Well, I haven't touched the screen. It's come down to that level, right near that level that I just said, that was the first level that I thought it should bounce off. You can see it's got a geometric angle, support, straight up. Trading with the trend after a pullback. It's just not that complicated, is it? Let's see if we get another little pullback here and then a break through the high. Ooh, we got a record number of people watching. Yay. Guys, I'm horrible at promoting stuff, but if you could just like, that would be really appreciated. Obviously helps the channel. Like, subscribe, blah, blah, blah. Today we have no giveaways, no competitions, no special guests. We have nothing. But I have been calling the market absolutely spot on. So give me a pullback. First bar pullback, no. Don't forget. Anyway, as you can see there, that is a very strong sign. I think we are going to recover tonight now. Oh, we can leave that line in there. We may come down and test this line again. Where's Vasil? Vasil's gone quiet. Did you take the 15? You pussy. Well, I didn't. Oh, so did I. I was very close. I hate it because I have ingrained my rules so much that I know in the future I'll probably look at it a little bit more. It's a little bit more aggressive. I mean, it had such strong trend and such strong momentum, so this is where it becomes junk. So that move is done. So what I was just saying to you before, guys, is that this whole area here is where it's used fuel. And now we're coming into a period where it's going to fill up with fuel, and it needs quite a bit of fuel. So it's going to be quite volatile throughout here now. But like you can see, look at the beautiful bars. Like, they're just beautiful, clean bars all the way up, clean bars all the way up. And then once you get into a time phase, like, it's just, that whole area now is messy. So when it's messy, it's basically saying it's volatile. There's no one clearly in control. So we sit back. Say, okay, nope. Okay. So this is a really good sign for the upside. It's not dropping. It's actually holding and going sideways. So that's good. I think we're going to get a long. Yeah, I'm doing real life events, as in live events. Yes, doing them probably February next year. The goal is I'm just giving 110% to this at the moment. This takes a lot physically and mentally out of me, so I just want to concentrate on this. The goal is without doing a time frame, look, I can't say this is what's going to happen, but I'd love to try and do this within 3 months, to do the 2.5 to 1 million. It can happen really quickly. It could happen in a couple of weeks. It could happen in 3 months. It could happen in 6 months. I don't know. And then once I've done that, then I'll do workshops. So I'd like to have the experience of doing it first, so then I can then go out and teach. This is another little opportunity, but it's in a time phase. It's with the trend, but momentum is slowing. So this is where you get done now. So yeah, that's a good point, Carolyn. This is you took the 30-second on the RTY open, got started pretty quick at even though I called for a long before the open. You got stopped out on that. Which one? The 30-second on the Russell. Okay. What time, Carolyn? Oh, cool. Okay. Well, that's okay. That's good. It was pretty volatile in the open, so, not unbelievably clear. But, Fridays are it's really important on a Friday you don't do something silly. Okay, that could be this is the last little move, I think. They're trying to get some more people in to go long. But yeah, as I was saying, the real life events, I want to do live workshops in February next year. Apex have asked me to speak at some events next year in Miami and Las Vegas. So I've got to find out when they are. But yeah, I don't want to be doing anything, podcasts, live events, speaking events. I want to concentrate on making this million first. Then I'll do stacks of workshops. I love doing workshops. I love live events. So once I get going on this, I'll probably do them, 2 or 3 times a year. And then, once we make the mill, we can see if we can go for the highest amount ever. But the lesson that I'm trying to show everyone is you've got to start how you want to finish. Like, we've got to start now by sticking to the rules, having a high, high discipline, high focus, high consistency. If I stick to what I know, it'll just take care of itself. I won't even think about, along this journey, I'm not even going to think about the money. The money will take care of itself. I don't have a daily goal. I don't have a weekly goal. I just have a goal of, great, this is my job, stick to my job. Thank you. I've been asked to go on a couple of podcasts as well. I don't know. I'm pretty introvert. I don't really like all that stuff. I'm very different to everybody else. I don't sell very well, I think. Sorry, guys. Coughed my lungs up. Is it true that one market can only move like 500 points daily? No, it's got nothing to do with points. It's to do with percentage, Christians. So if the market moves any more than 5%, it'll go on a break. It hits what's called a breaker. It goes it's usually on the downside. So it'll go what's called limit down. And I think that break, if it's during market hours, is for like 10 minutes or 15 minutes. And then they reopen the market. And I think, have to find out the exact numbers, but I think if it drops another 2% or 2.5%, something like that, they might actually call it off for the day. I'll have to find out the exact, but it has nothing to do with the number of points. It's to do with the percentage of the index. So I've actually been through, because I'm so old, in 31 years, I've been through 3 of them, I think. And I remember during the global financial crisis, like one had happened during the global financial crisis, 2 had happened during the COVID crisis. And I just remember, yeah, you cannot go short. Like there's just a level there. And I think it was like at the time, like 10,000 contracts, but you just can't go, you couldn't go short. Yep, you're right there, Ascendia. Ooh, is it that much? That must have changed. 10 minutes after a 7%. I swear it used to be 5. Maybe it was 5 beforehand when the number was lower. They might have changed it because the index has increased so much. Equities, yeah. It's the equity, yeah, that's the equities though. I swear it was 5. But either way, it's a lot. I've seen the Dow down 2,000 points, I think it was. Oh. Yep. Oh, that's probably what it is currently. Can you see what it used to, is it, if it's always been, I swear it used to be 5. But anyway, I am old now, so maybe my memory's gone. But they try and keep the market open, obviously, unless it's something dramatic. Oh, well, all those little pullbacks worked, didn't they? Oh, we'll get there. That was after a pullback, that worked. That was after a pullback, that worked. Unfortunately, what usually happens with people, and I've done this myself in the past, is you go, that's not good enough, that's not good enough, and then you take something really shit. And then you go, oh, why didn't I just take this? Like, why didn't I just take this bar here? Why didn't I just take this one? Why didn't I take that one? Now, I mean, I'm also doing something a little bit more stupid, is that I'm not only trying to make a certain amount of money, I'm trying to do it with a really high win-loss ratio. Like, I don't want to take crap trades. I know that the person that has the highest payout of all time did that with a 30% win-loss ratio. I just don't really, I know that doesn't really, I wouldn't be happy with that. I've got a pretty high standard, so. Well, you know what to say, Basil. You know exactly what to say. What's gonna prevent you from taking rubbish? Yeah, you just keep saying the two things. Just keep saying the two things out aloud. Yeah, that's exactly the same, artist. So it's trend time bar. Time is a pullback. I'm putting out a video this weekend. So I've just finished doing a video explaining my techniques. Yeah, Vasil, I've heard this before. People say like it's an emotional issue, but it's emotional because of what you say in your head. It's kind of like, let's just say you're feeling emotional and you say, okay, the way to get around that is to say, I'm emotional, I'm emotional, I'm emotional, I'm emotional. Like you're actually just reiterating what you're thinking. So you're saying the problem is being emotional. Well, okay, reverse that and throw in something that's logical. So what's logical? And then you just say, okay, trend time bar, 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 trend time bar. I'm not emotional. I'm trend time bar. And, you know, we've seen this a lot. Like you can actually, you can do this with yourself as a trader. Oh, I'm such a bad trader. I'm such a bad trader. I'm such a bad trader. And then you go to the market and your brain goes, oh, I'm such a bad trader. Well, of course that's what you're going to say, aren't you? You've been convincing yourself every single day. People get really good at convincing themselves they're not good. Yes, we are at a key level. Very much at a key level. So, you know, we've done all this movement now. We're coming up to previous high on the cash. Very key level on the ES and on the Nasdaq. And we'll do no, we don't want that. What do we want? We want this. What do we have here? Disclaimer, is that it there? Yeah, let's do that. Well, look at that. I mean, I've literally drawn in the bar. So that's what I drew in earlier, and that's what I... Oh, Cam. And I said it'd be nice to get a pullback down to 25% of the hourly bar too, and that's exactly what we did. So, I mean, yeah, you can't yell at the market, but I think that we will just go up to this level here. You can see that we've got this purple moving average. That's my trend indicator. The trend indicator right now is straight down. So this is still winning. This whole area here is still winning. It's still trending down. We haven't broken through this high yet. So this is a high, that's a lower high. I think we need to get to this level first. It's still in a downtrend. The positive is very strong bar to the upside there. We'll go down to a lower time frame, go down to the 15. Okay, strong bars, strong bar, came down to 50%, low, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low. Really simple, buyers are raising their prices. There's no reason to think that this is going to stop at the moment. It's just drifting. Go to the 5 minute. So that's the level that we're looking at. That's the pretty strong level there. It also is 50% is around here. What's gold doing? Okay, so gold's done all this price down here, so now that's got to do time. So that's fine, that's done. So there's the Nasdaq, S&P, exactly the same pattern. Going out to the 15. Yeah, I mean, you can clearly see it's still downtrending here. It's all still strong on the downside. So, yep, we've had a nice little move up here because it was oversold. Come back up here. I still think we need to really test this. We're coming up to this really important level, test it and then come back down. Dow is just very weak. Russell's bounced a little bit. Yeah, but anyway, let's look at this area, this whole area here. We're still going up. I think this is where we're about to find resistance. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, artists, I don't really, look, as I said, I'm not really teaching on here. I'm trading. I'll put up some videos about what I do. I'm not sure if you've been a student before or whether you just picked up on things, but I've done a video which will explain some things. But look, I'll be really honest with you. I'm not going to be teaching basically all my secrets and stuff that I do on here. You know, I'm sure you can understand. I've been teaching, I've been trading for 31 years. I've been teaching for 26. And I've had so many people rip off my stuff now and charge $10,000 for it that I'm just sick of it. I don't charge $10,000 for my courses. I do have a trading community that I don't promote. Everyone, I mean, you can see it's on there. You can go to the website. I don't really care. And yeah, we've just increased the prices there because we want less people. This is just going to keep drifting up. How good does that pullback look now? But you'll see in the video, I just use a moving average for the trend. Look for a pullback. I mean, you can see this tonight. We've got purple here. It's above purple. It did a time phase. I was just being too conservative. It was possibly after a pullback there, possibly after a pullback there. Yeah, well, interesting, isn't it? That was a no. That's okay to not take that. Obviously, we saw that one fail. So that was pretty clear. Called that and said that was too early. And I think because that one failed, we then got the pullback. So I should have just got that out of my head. But comes back a little bit there. There you go, there. So that was probably the entry there. Definitely with the trend. There's your pullback. There's your bar. So, I mean, that feels like it just would have been a little one. That's the one there that probably hurts. That has just continued on, obviously, and is still going and has not broken my stop. So, boy, oh boy, are there some crazy opportunities. Now, let's do this. Okay. I shouldn't do this, but I'm going to do it anyway. Is Carolyn gone? I think Carolyn's gone, so we can do this. She always tells me not to do this. So let's do... Let's do the good old what would have been, what could have been, what should have been. Because we love this. Now, I think Elise is gone, so I can use the old spreadsheet. Now, I'll just put this in. I'll enter the figures first, and then we'll do it afterwards. Okay. We've got 24960 long, 24960, and the exit is actually right now. 25. There you go. It's just breaking geometric angle now. So 25130. 25130. We ready for a cry? Oh my God. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, here we go. Let's all watch the cry. You ready for a cry? This is, we'll do a zoomy. Zoom. Zoom. So there you go. So this is with, if I'd taken 5 contracts, which obviously I was not going to do. So that would be 5 contracts times 100. That would be $339,000. So this is why I'm not worried about getting to the million, because once you get going, that's a 5 contract trade. I mean, and that's happened 3 times this week. So just got to get going. Now let's just say we did it with 1 contract. That would be 20 contracts. That would still be a $67,000 trade. So if you did that per account, 1 contract per account, that's a $3,300 trade with 1 contract. This job is nuts. What a job. Tell me that's not amazing. 1 contract, 339%, $3,396. This job's a joke. So there you go. Now we get rid of that. Go back to our previous programming. And we can now cry for a little bit. Do you know what's exciting? Is that it's going to happen. One day, you're all going to sit here and you're going to go, I remember when he showed these trades. That's happened 3 times this week. So there just needs to be a time that, it's happened, but it happens all the time. But that's with 100 contracts. I have taken a trade like that. I've had a $300,000 trade with 25 contracts. That was my best ever trade. And that was a 709, it was ridiculous. It was a 790% return or something. Yeah. I don't think they stop it for the upside. I think it was it was a short actually. It was a short lower high. It was too. So anyway, I am not concerned. And now, watch this. How cool is this? Now we're getting a turnover. Wonder where we're getting the turnover. Well, 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 well. Well, 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 well. Oh, wow. Look at that. Right near that line. So, now what we need to see. You know what? I might not be taking trades, but I can tell you, I know how to trade, and you can see my analysis works. So, if we go through here, I'll just do this. What we're expecting now is we've now done this. We need to get a little bit of a pullback down to maybe this level here. We'll get this coming up, and then we might get a move up through that. We need to have a little bit of a pullback, get some fuel in the tank throughout here. So have a pullback to here, consolidate, build up some momentum to break through that high. Now I've got to find that trade. But there you go. I did it. I said this before. This is what we're doing. So it's very exciting. What would that have been? Sorry, I've got excitement in my head now. I'm just looking at this sheet again. Yeah, so it was with 5 contracts. That's $16,000 on each account. Yeah. Wow. Can someone, I'm not sure if Bella's on at the moment. I don't think Bella will be here at the moment. But can someone confirm with Apex that the consistency rule does not apply for the first trade? I'm pretty sure they told me that for your first trade, the consistency rule does not apply. Can someone confirm that? I know we've got some people on that use Apex. It's doing it 10 seconds, meant to be 15. 10 second. There we go. Thank you, Monica, for letting me know that. I'll have to confirm it. I remember them telling me for the first trade it didn't, but maybe that was an eval. It didn't matter for the first trade. Although consistency doesn't apply to an eval, does it? Yeah. Yep. Yep. I'm just wondering. I had a meeting with them, and I remember they said that it didn't apply for the first trade. So, and I was like, oh wow, okay, so you could just actually trade 5 contracts, and if you get a good trade, like you kill it. And then I was like, oh. So, nah, I don't, Monica. I'm not a copy of the rules person. I've spoken to them. They've explained the rules to me. And I have a basic understanding. But to be honest, I'm just doing this. Look, the number one reason why I'm doing this is I want to do it. I want to trade live and show people that you can do this. Now, obviously, I want to make the money from it. I want to get paid out from it. So that's obviously a big thing. Solo, yes, yep, it doesn't. Yeah, that's what I thought, but I'll find out. But, ultimately I want to make $1 million. But if I don't get paid out, it will be absolutely horrible and it will suck, but it won't be the end of the world. Because the biggest thing that I'm looking for here is credibility. I want to be authentic. I want to authentically show making money using rules over a period of time. So I think from what they've spoken to me, like they have spoken to me a lot and they've made a very big effort to come and see me and they want me to succeed. I think they're going to let me know what the rules are. So I certainly can, Basil. I can add my real account. So what I just want to do, it applies to your total profits between payouts, yeah. So what I want to do is I just want to get the account up like probably $2,500, $3,000, like an eval. And then I'll just go to my normal account and trade my normal account with 5 contracts times 25. And yeah, let me just watch this for a second. That looks horrible. Yep, no, it doesn't meet the rules, doesn't meet the rules. Nope. Okay, so this is where right now it's like, okay, the move's happened. We're towards the end of the move. It's starting to slow. This is where you're going to get these little fake breakouts. You can see it's just happened on the Dow. Just did a little bit of a move to the upside. It's so small. It's very easy to suck you in though. So yeah, Vasil, once I get going on this account, maybe get it up 2.5, 3, then I'll trade 5 contracts normally on my main account. And like I know if I have a bad trade, it'll be like $1,500. So then it'll give me a little bit of room. Let's work that out actually. Let's work that out correctly. With 5 contracts at 40 ticks. So 40 would be 10 ticks, 40 ticks, 980. So that's 20 points. Yeah, so a bad trade is $2,000. Actually, I'm never going to risk 20 ticks on a trade. It's not going to be that. It'll be 60. So if I have a losing trade with 5 contracts, it would be about $1,480, $1,500. So I want to give myself, the possibility of losing that without blowing the account or harming the account. So I think what I'll do is I'll probably get to, I'd say 55, I think. Get the account to 55, and then I'll trade my normal real account with it. And then I'll make real money as well as prop money. I saw a guy today on YouTube that got denied a payout because he let his account go down 50%. I don't understand that. How do you get 50% down on a trade? Anyway. Yeah, and it's just his video was very well edited and very snazzy, and it was good to watch. And I'm just like, this is really poor. It's really poor teaching. No, 5 full contracts, Sola. So I'll just show you. I just worked it out then. So this is the spreadsheet that I have that I used to work everything out. I'll just put it on there you go. There's my spreadsheet. So if you did 5 full contracts, so 10 points is 40 ticks. And I would normally, if I had a bad trade, so let's just say this one here, that is on the Nasdaq. Well, that's a 66 point trade. I'm not going to risk 66 points. So 66 points would be, I'd be risking 30 points. 4, 8, 12, that's 120 ticks. That would be too much. I wouldn't risk that. Let's do it on this bar here. That was a 39 point trade. Okay, so 39 points. Yeah, it's a pretty decent bar that's come back down there. So, I mean, let's do it at 80 ticks. That's 20 points. So that would be 50% of that bar. So there you go. That's 1900 that I'd be risking. Trading 5 full contracts. So, and I normally trade 25 to 50. So I'm more thinking from the account of Apex's perspective of, risking amounts on the account and stuff like that. So I suppose, if you're, well, actually, then you get into that same sort of thing, don't you? If you're 5,000 up on the account and you're getting that far down, might be risking too much. But anyway, I've said this before. I'm going to be treating this differently. I'm not going to be going for payouts early. I want to build the account up. So it's all a learning experience. We'll see how we go. Wrong video. Whoops. We will learn as we go along. Well, we're definitely slowing now, as you can see. Definitely slowing. Good stuff, Basil. Good decision. I think it's a good decision at the moment. I'm going to wrap up here soon. We'll do another 15 minutes. I've been finishing a little bit earlier this week because I've had a cold, so I want to do a full 2 hours today. See if something happens. Yep. Oh, there goes my ear. I mean, I suppose this is the other exciting thing too, isn't it? Like, let's look at, and again, just reiterating to everybody, this is not financial advice. This is just literally a logical fact that if you did, we did this before, just take that off. So that's, this trade earlier was 680 ticks. If you did this on a micro account, we just go across. Oh, same as yesterday, 680. There you go, so 680, 680. And you did it with five micro contracts times all that. I mean, that's $33,000 with micros. That's crazy. It's $1,600 on each account with micros. Like, I don't know. Maybe I should just do 5 micros for the first month. Just build it up, build it up, build it up. Pretty insane. But yeah, we'll go from 5 micros to a full contract then. Sorry guys, still coughing my guts out. Okay, we're coming back up to this level again. I think that it's going to be pretty quiet now. We missed the first few. Well, we didn't miss them. I was there. Called it. Yeah. Do you know what? Let's do one more thing before we go. I shouldn't do this, but I'm going to do it anyway. We'll do one more thing. Let's do... So, we'll go back to this again. Okay. So let's say we go back to this here. Here we go. Let's do this. Let's say you took, that was the 30 second. The 30 second was the trade. 24675. Okay, so let's bring this up. And we'll go long 24675. Sorry, it's just going to be messy for a second, guys. And what are we going to use as the exit? Well, it hasn't broken the geometric angle, really. It's been up the whole way. So let's say we stayed in till now with a micro. 25168. Ready to cry? 25168. 1972. 1 micro. Let's just say you just did 1 micro. 1972. So that was 1 micro times 20 accounts. Even that is absolutely ridiculous. There you go. Isn't that crazy? With 1 micro, entering after a pullback, just kept going. It still just kept going. There's been no reason to get out. Probably look at purple now, so. I usually trade micros to get across the buffer with trading stops. From there, it's limiting the downside. Yep, completely agree with you, Solly. That's... yeah, well, but if you're using a funded account, there's no, like, that's, yeah, you're right. I mean, but if you're using a funded account, there's no margin. So that's the exciting part. And like Saul was just saying here, I mean, you can do. There's been 3 of those trades this week. So there's your buffer. You build up your buffer. So I think I just need to look. To be honest, it's a bit of ego going on at the moment. I don't want to have a loss. And you're like, oh, if you have a loss, you're going to look stupid. It's like, just take the fucking trade. So I don't know. I've learnt a lot over the past couple of weeks, and people have just been really supportive and really nice. But I think it's time to just start trading a little bit more aggressive and believing in what I do a little bit more. So I'll either have to suck it up and go to 1 micro just to get going, or just 5 micros really. But this is all part of the process, and seeing me do it live and all that sort of stuff. So I've still got the rest of the night. I might still get a trade. I'm going to stay on for the whole session. I'm going to end YouTube now, guys. We are still drifting up. So it's not going to be for a while. If I do get a trade, it's going to be at the end. It won't be till the end of the session. So anyways, end of another week. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everyone on YouTube. I just want to say again, I know I've said it a couple of times, but I am very appreciative that you take the time to watch, and that everyone's been so supportive as well. It means a lot. Lots of positive comments and lots of support. So thank you so much. As I said, I'm learning and doing my best at the moment, and I promise you it's gonna click, and then it's gonna go crazy. I was just showing you tonight the possibilities of everything that happens. You've seen what's happened tonight, and this is what's really exciting. So hope you all have a great weekend. Thank you for liking, thank you for subscribing, and I'll do the daily wrap soon. Put out some videos on the weekend about my techniques and some other things that I've learned. I'm going to do a couple of videos, and we'll get ready for Monday. Get ready to kill it. So, okay. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great weekend, and I'll see everyone on Monday. I'll see you soon. Thank you.